Good afternoon, everyone. Today I will present a strategy analysis of Samsung Electronics in terms of strategy and globalization. Samsung Electronics is a major multinational company operating in a high competitive and politically sensitive global environment. In this presentation, I will analyze Samsung's strategy using key strategy frameworks and explain the challenge and opportunities the company face globally. Here's the Here is the agenda for today. First, I will introduce Samsung Electronics, including its background, strategy, position, and external environment. Then I will analyze the competitive environment using Porter's 5 force and SWOT analyze. After that, I will explain Samsung's VRIO analyze and value chain. Finally, I will discuss Samsung current strategies and key strategy issues, recommendations, CSR, and conclusions before moving to the Q&A session. Samsung Electronics were founded in 1969 and is headquartered in South Korea. It is one of the world's largest technology companies with core businesses in semiconductors, smartphone, consumer electronics, and display panels. Samsung operates in more than 70 countries and has a large global manufacturing network, including factories in South Korea, Vietnam, and other regions. And global search its size and global reach give Samsung strong economics of scale and cost advantages. Samsung positions itself as an innovation-driven and vertically integrate global technology leader. Unlike some competitors, Samsung controls many stages of its value chain, especially semiconductor manufacturing. This allows Samsung to compete through technology leadership, speed to market, and production scale. In smartphones, Samsung adopted a multi-segment strategy, offering both premium products like the Galaxy S series and mid-range models like the Galaxy A series. Its main competitors include Apple, Xiaomi, and Huawei. Using PESTL analyze, I can identify several important external factors affecting Samsung. Politically, Samsung is affected by US-China technology restrictions, especially export control on advanced chips. Economically, the semiconductor industry is cyclical and high capital investments increase financial risk. Socially, global demand for smart and connected devices continues to grow. Technically, rapid innovation in AI and advanced chips creates both opportunities and pressure. Environmentally, semiconductor manufacturing is energy intensive, creating sustainably pressure. Legally, Samsung must complete with global IP laws and regulatory standards. Using Porter's 5 forces, competitive rarely is very high. Rapidly is very high with strong competition from Apple, Xiaomi, Huawei, and other chip manufacturers. Buyer power is moderate as Samsung differentiates itself through technology and branding. Supplier power is low to moderate because Samsung products may key components internally. Threat of new entrance is low due to high capital and technology requirements. Threat of substitute is moderate as alternative technologies continue to emerge. Overall, the industry is highly competitive and challenging. From the SWOT analyze strengths include strong con- semi- semiconductor capability, high R&D investment, and global scale. Weaknesses include five fixed costs and exposed to industry circles. Opportunities include AI chips, automotive, semiconductors, and emerging market. Threats include geopolitical risks and intense price competition. This show that Samsung has strong internal capabilities, but it also face major internal uncertainty. The VRIO analyze highlights Samsung's key resources and capabilities. Samsung's semiconductors factoring capability is valuable, very rare, difficult to imitate, and well organized, which gives the company a substantial competitive advantage. Its R&D capability strongly supports innovation, but competi- competi- competitors may imitate it over time. So this creates a temporary competitive advantage. Samsung's global brand also provides a competitive advantage, although it is not completely unique. In addition, Samsung's vertical integration supports cost control and supply chain stability, creating another sustained competitive advantage. Advantage. Overall, the VLIO analysis shows that Samsung's strongest long-term advantage comes from its semiconductors capability and integrate operations. The slide explains Samsung's value chain in bond logistics. Samsung's secures materials and components globally. In operations, Samsung's in-house chips matafa- manufacturing is a major strength. In outbound logistics, Samsung uses a global distribution network to deliver products efficiently. In marketing and service, Samsung adopts multi-brand positioning and provides strong after-sales support. Overall, vertical integration streams efficiency, strategic control, and long-term competitiveness. Samsung's current strategies focus on three main areas. First, the company continues heavy investments in advanced semiconductors and AI chips. Second, it uses product diversification, diversification, serving both premium and mid-range markets. Third, it is pursuing manufacturing delivers diversification, reducing reliance on a single country, and improving supply chain resilience. These strategies show that Samsung is trying to remain competitive in both technology and global operations. The third strategy use strategic issue is semiconductor cycle volatility, demand flu fluctuations can cause unstable revalues and profits. At the same time, high fixed costs increase financial pressure during downturns. When there is oversupply, this can lead to price competitive and margin reduction. As semiconductors are one of Samsung's key business, this issue has a major impact on overall performance. The second strategy issues is U.S. China technology restrictions. Export controls can limit market access and technology transfer. Supply chain uncertainty also increase operation risks. In addition, complaints costs and restructuring can reduce emissions. This means Samsung must carefully manage political and regulatory uncertainty while maintaining global competitiveness. Geopolitical tensions significantly affect Samsung's strategy. The US China chip war is reshaping global supply chains. Government subsides also influence investment decisions, especially in semiconductor. At the same time, South Korea's strategy aligns with the aligns with the US plays an important role in Samsung's global positioning. This show that Samsung's strategy is influenced not only by market competition but also by international politics. Based on the strategy issues identified earlier, I have developed recommendations to address both key problems. Addressing strategies through one, semiconductor cycle volatility to reduce the impact of cyclical demand fluctuations. Samsung showed diversify semiconductor applications into AI and automotive sectors where demand is more stable in the long term. In addition, the company should focus more on high margin advanced chips rather than relying mainly on volume based competition. This can help Samsung protect profitability during industry downturns. This action can reduce both the value volatility and margin pressure caused by semiconductor cycle fluctuations. Addressing strategies to US China technology restrictions to manage geopolitical and regulatory risks. Samsung should strengthen regional manufacturing reliance by expanding production flexibility across different regions. This approach can reduce reliance on any single market and help minimize supply chain disruptions and explore control risks. Overall, these recommendations directly respond to the strategic challenge identified and support Samsung long-term competitiveness in a highly uncertain global environment. Samsung CRS interactives include reduction and energy efficiency, responsible sourcing, and labor standards, long-term sustainability investment. This action support Samsung's brand reputations, stockholder trust, and regulatory compliance. CSR is therefore not only an eth- ethical issues but also an important part of Samsung long-term business strategy. In conclusion, Samsung Electronics remain a global technology leader. However, it also faces major challenge from geopolitical risk, industry volatility, and intensive competition. By focusing on innovation, resilience, and strategy diversification, Samsung can strengthen its long-term position and and maintain its competitive advantages advantage in the global market. Thank you for listening.